All right, I do apologize for the delay. Sorry about that, everyone. I was making sure that everything was good to go. All right. Okay. Oop, dripping all over it. All right. All right. Let's get into painting, shall we? Um, let's see. We got an artillery piece that we need to finish. We got the base. um, there we go. So we got the base that we need to get done. Now we need to get the because we need to get this field artillery at least painted up. I'd like to get this at least painted up. And then we need let's roll me, bully boys. We're in a hurry, boys. We got a long way to go. We'll sing and we'll dance and bid farewell to France, and it's row me, bully boys, row. We sailed away in the roughest of waters. Row me, bully boys, row. And now we return in the most royal quarters. As row me, bully boys, row. As row me, bully boys. We're in a hurry, boys. We got a long way to go. Singing and dancing, farewell to France. Row me, bully boys, row. All right. Let's get some music on so we can start painting. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do kind of a weird thing today. We're gonna build the chassis, paint at least the main cannon tonight, and build the chassis. Uh, there should be wheels to this sucker, like huge wheels. There they are. There we go. Okay. And the arms, and then the computer. Oh, well, that needs to be that's going to need to be painted up. So, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to take some inspiration from our smaller artillery gun. Let's pull you out. All right. There we go. So we're going to take a little inspiration from our field artillery cannon that we made a while back. That's going to be green with targets. Okay, all right, yeah. So this should be green with targets. Cool. All right. And we'll keep the targeting computer theme the same, with the TIE fighter looking crosshair. Alright, let's get some tunes going and let's start. Oh, hello there. Hello there. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's been a long time no see.
It has. I'm sorry. I've just been life has just been shit to
Oh no, I wasn't shaming you. Like honestly, real life comes first. But I do appreciate you coming in and saying hi. Welcome to the
me.
stream.
Yes.
We just started about 5 minutes ago, but I was having the stream getting
I
ready.
saw you setting up.
Yeah.
I see we're painting an artilleryman today. Ooh,
Yes.
fun.
Yes. And unfortunately, the primer didn't sit on the model the way I wanted it to, so we're going to be touching it up a little bit.
Ooh.
Touching it up a little bit. So I can see there's some light gray, and then this is what it should look like. So we are going to correct that, and we're just going to touch it up. That's an easy fix. Hello, cannons. Yes, yes, lots of cannons. Yes, this is my artillery setup. Um, it is because field guns for the Imperial Guard got more expensive. So now I have to have a siege artillery cannon. And the siege cannon's actually kind of nice, I'm not going to lie. So this is a modification of a list that I've been toying with for some time now. It's going to actually be in a battle report tomorrow, so I got to at least put some paint on this poor bastard. It did not perform well last time. I think it's because I didn't paint him. So we're now going to add some paint. Just to get him. Just to make the artillery gods happy. Like I said, we're just touching up a little bit of the wheels and whatnot because the primer didn't get them as exactly as I wanted. And if you're dealing with bad primed, bad primer spray, right? Because I thought I had covered it pretty good, but apparently the heat of the California sun recently has zapped some of my primer's ability to actually, do what it's supposed to do. So we're adapting and overcoming. And hey, Algie, how have you been, buddy? Long time no chat. Oh, we're getting a lot of people coming back in. A lot of people coming back in. So, Isa, what have you been doing?
As in, like, in what clarification?
Uh, like
Like, what
like
have I been?
like just in general, what have you been doing?
Honestly, I just kind of like shut myself down because of I know we don't go political, but you can imagine why.
Yeah.
So
Um,
that's all I would say on that matter.
are you okay?
I am okay,
Okay. All right.
but yeah, just you know,
Yeah. I've been actually looking at some artillery photos for reference. Oh, okay. Are you building an army? Do you collect algae? I know Isa doesn't. Not or at least you don't have like an actual army. No, I
I
3D model. Oh, okay. Do you have an army, Isa?
no, no,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
the plastic crack has not gotten my money yet. My money goes somewhere else.
Does it go to La Magic?
No, at the moment it goes to art,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Art's important.
art and plushies.
Oh yeah. Plushies are the devil. Plushies are like could be super expensive.
Oh yeah, they are very very expensive. I just recently got 12 of them, like in the span of 2 days that I've ordered like a few months back. They like all came in one giant bundle at the same time. So having to cram them was quote unquote fun.
I was looking at soft recoil artillery. They look cool. I'm not familiar with soft recoil artillery. I'm assuming that's like um, considered like smarter guns, smarter artillery guns. Like they don't fire a huge shell.
I feel like that would be more like mortars and like smaller tier stuff.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with soft recoil because I'm not an artilleryman. I the largest caliber weapon I will ever fire is a Mark 19. Um, actually, no, I take that back. Is a 50 cal is a Browning 50 cal machine gun, but an M2, a Ma Deuce. But the heaviest, like the most explosive weapon I will ever fire is a Mark 19, and that's if I'm in charge of it, like an actual weapons crew, which 9 times out of 10 I'm not because I'm a tech sergeant. So the only thing I'll have is my. They fit on the rear of a Humvee and they launch forward just before the recoil, counteracting the re. Oh, so it's almost like a technical. We're talking about like almost like a technical style, um, where uh, it'd be almost like a recoilless rifle on top of a Humvee, but it's an artillery piece. And I say technical because realistically, that is what a Humvee is. It's a vehicle that can be easily modified to fit a crew served weapon onto the um, onto the body of the vehicle. So a Humvee, no matter what you say, a Humvee is a technical by definition. Um, it just happens to be a very well made technical. um, Second only to the illustrious Toyota Hilux. That that is the god of technicals.
You don't call them the Humvee Wars; they call them the Toyota Wars for a reason.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's a reference to Ethiopia and the Tigray War.
And
Oh,
there wasn't even that many of them. I think it was like what, like 6 or 7 that they only had, and that's what they won the war with. It's insane
no,
what
no, the
was.
Tigray War had almost like 150 technicals on either side. They literally
Really?
charged. They literally charged. Yeah, if you look at so if you hold on
It's history time. Let's go.
now I gotta double. So Tigray War
Not too good a warranty. God dang it.
technical vehicles. Technical battle. I think it was the Tigray War. I want to say it was the Tigray War. Hold on.
No, the Toyota War, also known as the Great Toyota War, was between Chad and Libya. So it's a different war. This is part of the Chilean Libyan War. Toyota.
Yeah, it was the 75 7,500 people were killed in the Toyota War.
Yeah,
Uh,
but there weren't that many technicals being used. It was just like a small force that they were just so fast and so quick that people just didn't expect them, which is why they
no,
were so deadly.
because if I read the losses, it was like a shit ton of tanks.
I'm trying to find the numbers of Toyota. They should be somewhere. Yeah, here it is. The Libyan base fell to a smaller Chadian attack force led by Jammus, equipped with trucks mounted with machine guns and anti-tank weapons. How many of these were there? Trying to find out. It won't tell me. I remember it specifically being a very small number of them, which is why it's like
No,
such
because
a big thing.
it was like I think there was a larger war like this where it was like the because I want to say it was Sleep of Fear. 400, not
No, that's how many
6.
people died.
No.
No, no, no,
If you
no.
look
This is
down at the
400.
Wikipedia page, right, it says, while the fan previously had no air power, mobility, anti-tank
The
weapons.
Libyans finally drove the 400 Chadian soldiers out of the town.
No. Uh, by 1987, the French Air Force could keep the Libyan aircraft grounded, and most importantly, provide 400 new Toyota pickups with the Milan anti-tank missiles. These
Yeah,
trucks
that's after. They provided that after.
was it
It wasn't the start of the war. The start of the war were less.
was it after?
Yeah, because you just said they did that after that.
No, by 1987. The war started in 1987. So
No, this war was already ongoing. This war
but
was started in 1986.
by the beginning of 1987, they got 400 new Toyotas. So they actually had more Toyotas and all that stuff. Did you hear about the contractor who sold his Toyota? I did. That was major news in the
Oh yes, that's not. It
In the
ended up in
United States.
Syria with
It ended up
ISIS.
in Syria fighting with ISIS. Yeah, it was huge news in the United States. Uh, the company that resold the I think he sued that company that resold his car because he got death threats. Which, by the way, don't threaten a guy, especially because he's a plumber. Um, you know, so yeah, uh, he got death threats from a lot of people, which is no bueno. Hilarious that his car ended up in the hands of Al Qaeda, but or sorry, of ISIS, but you know, because it truly brings the moniker "money makes the world go round." But yeah, pretty damn hilarious. Tragic but hilarious. It's just like, ooh, I didn't want to be known for this. All right, where's that paint? Oh, right there.
was discovered that these light vehicles could ride through anti-tank minefields without detonating the mines when driven at over speeds of 100 kilometers an hour.
100 kilometers an hour is not that fast.
This is not that fast, but
Like,
that is hilarious. That's the reason they were used a lot because they just outran the explosives basically.
I think 100
Not too bad.
kilometers. I think 100 kilometers an hour works out to like,
It's like 46, 45.
yeah, something like that. Like just shy of 50.
Actually, never mind. We were both wrong. It's 62 miles an hour.
Is it 62?
It's 62.
Oh
I just went
man.
to Google and did the calculator. To be exact, 62.14.
That's over harsh desert. That's actually kind of booking. That's
That
now
is
that
booking it indeed.
now that I think about it, that's cooking.
All right, I found some actual numbers here. With these Toyotas, they killed 784 Libyans, 92 T-55 tanks, and 33 BMP-1 infantry fighting vehicles, as well as 13 T-55s and 18 BMP. Chad took 18 soldiers as a loss and 3 Toyotas. So you can say it was a very, very good thing. So,
Okay. I did the targeting computer. Now there's this. Oh, there's a targeting computer on this side. I gotta find it.
what is this massive update?
No,
New subtitles, photo mode, and
there is not a targeting computer. Oh, where the hell's? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, that's a wheel. That's not a targeting computer. God damn it, I'm dumb. I am stupid. I was like, where's the targeting computer? It's a wheel, you moron.
now, don't beat yourself up.
How does a targeting computer look like? So in hold on, I'll show you if I can. In the small artillery gun, if I can get it to fucking zoom in, that is the targeting computer. Here, let me rotate this so you can actually see the true color. So that's the in the small field gun. That's the targeting computer. So that's the small field gun. Now, compared to, we'll do a side by side comparison, right? So this is this field cannon, right? That's the field cannon on that. I can see the HUD. Yeah, yeah. I tried to make it as realistic as possible, um, to where you can actually like, come on, zoom in. Come on, you piece of shit. Come on, come on, work with me. There we go. Now we zoom. There we go. We zoom a little more. There we go. Hey, we're cooking. We're cooking with gas. Oh, freaking bot. Hold on, let me get rid of that bot real quick. No, sir. Ban. So, yeah. I free-handed the HUD. I tried to get it as best as I could. It was a bit of a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Now that's done. Alrighty. So, and this is the targeting computer that we're going to be working with. So, kind of smaller. It's not going to let me. Oh, come on. I hate it when when the camera is like this. Come on. Zoom in. You know you want to. There we go. So this is the targeting computer that we're going to be working with. Relatively the same size. Should be a little bit easier to paint, but throw that on there. I got the phone that I need to paint, that I need to finish. I think I'll keep it black, but I think I'll keep the power cords and whatnot um, slightly different. But yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll paint the heads-up display in that one. But seeing as they gave a wood texture to the firing boards, I would be remiss not to paint it as wood. So we'll paint it as wood. That CRT with buttons looks like TV that we had in the 90s, or sorry, in the 80s. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they really nailed the aesthetic with that one. Ooh, ooh. Oh. And a shout out. I'm going to do a quick shout out real quick. Hold on. Shout out to Green Tower Games for having the Krieg edition of the Imperial Infantryman's Handbook. Um, I'm slightly bummed that it doesn't have a section of Krieg, like Krieg specific tactics and Krieg specific gear and weapons. It's just a reprint of both the Minotaur Manual and the Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer. Um, so I'm a little bummed about that. And what I'm also bummed is, and I just noticed this. So this particular Imperial Infantryman's Handbook, right, which is a mix of the the Minotaur Manual and the um, Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer, does not include the Damocles edition. Now, I do have the Damocles edition of the Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer. So I actually do have a rare copy of the original Infantryman's Uplifting Primer, Damocles edition. I don't have the original black book, but I do have the Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer and the Minotaur Manual. I have both. Um, these came out in, I want to say, like 2010, 2015, something around that area. Well, no, sorry. This came out shortly after the Tau were introduced, so I want to say this came out in like 2000 and... Oh, they'll actually have the publication. 2007. And the Imperial Infantryman's first edition came out in 2003. Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer came out in 2003. The Minotaur Manual came out in 2007, first published. So, this is my history right here. These are the manuals I first came out with. I've got additional copies, but some of them are beat up, a little weathered and whatnot. These are the most pristine ones. So these are my display copies, and I only have this. This is the only copy I have of the Damocles Gulf. And it's funny because it's like you have the regular infantryman's primer, and then this is the end of the regular primer where it shows the emperor and the guardsmen, and then it goes into the Damocles Gulf Crusade publication, and then it talks about the Tau. Obviously, this is before the Vespid and before the uh, before like the crew talks and all that stuff. Um, uh, it does talk about the Kroot, but sorry, not the crew talks. No, no, no. Yeah, the crew talks. Crew talks is the Tyrannosaurus Rex looking thing. Oh no, it does talk about the Vespid, but it's like the old Vespid, the old stubby winged Vespid. Yeah, really interesting, to say the least. Good book. Good read. So yeah, I've got both of those. So shout out to Green Tower Games for having a bunch of these in stock. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go get some tea. So what you doing right now, Isa?
Nothing, because I'm letting Baldur's Gate 3 update.
Oh yes, Baldur's Gate 3, the last patch.
The last patch, is that what this is called?
Yeah, I think patch 8 was supposed to be like
Oh, yeah, the final
Larian's.
patch. Yeah, I see
Yeah,
now. Oh, final major game patch. There might
yeah,
be smaller ones up.
but it's not. I mean, I don't. It kind of sucks that they're not going to continue the story. Um, which I get it. I get it. Larian's like, hey, we don't want to push this. We really made a good game. We're gonna just not
Move
necessarily.
on to number 4. I mean, it's been almost 2 years, so
Yeah, but I would. I'm kind of bummed that they're moving on, but they're not moving on to number 4. Hasbro is giving the contract to somebody else, which is why I'm
what?
like, yeah.
Why? After the success they saw, they're not gonna give them the contract again.
No, no. Hasbro was like, we're gonna move in a different direction,
That
which,
is the most stupidest financial decision I've ever heard.
which I don't know what kind of direction they're gonna move to. I mean, if I was the Hasbro executives, I'd be like, Larian, you can continue to make Dungeons and Dragons games until you fail, which would be fucking never. Because I don't think they've ever, you know, I don't think they've ever flubbed on anything.
Or it's just been Divinity, and then this was like the only non-Divinity. game they've made.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think they've ever flubbed on anything that's remotely similar to Baldur's Gate.
No, no, they have not.
But you know,
You think it
Hasbro's gonna
wasn't quote
Hasbro.
unquote child friendly enough for Hasbro?
No, no, I think they did a hell of a job.
No, no,
Um,
no. I'm saying Hasbro, is supposed to be the children's toy company. You know what I mean?
no, okay. Where did I read it before I start talking out of my ass? I knew I Hasbro. Yes. Oh no, no, no. Sorry. Hasbro wasn't the one that was like going. Larian Studios stated they do not plan to execute Baldur's Gate 4 that instead of opting to focus on their own IP. They also mentioned that licensing challenges with Wizards of the Coast could be a factor. That's why. So, eh, because of the licensing fees because of the licensing challenges with Wizards of the Coast, they decided it wasn't worth the stupid amount of money that they would make doing a Baldur's Gate 4. Um, so yeah, it wasn't Hasbro's decision. Well, it was Larian was the one that killed the deal fully, but Hasbro slash Wizards of the Coast um, seemed to have made the relationship almost impossible with the licensing fees or the licensing issues. Which what classic D&D video game series should get a sequel? Well, Baldur's Gate obviously. Neverwinter Nights. You know, that'd be kind of fun. Um, uh, if there was like a Dragon Age Inquisition style D&D game similar to Pool of Radiance 6 or Eye of the Beholder 4, I've never played those games. So I'll take your word that they're good. Something with Greyhawk would be nice. The realms of Greyhawk or any of the other realms. Dragonlance. Uh, those would be cool. What do you think, Issa? What D&D game would you like to see?
I actually never played a video game D&D game till Baldur's Gate 3. Actually, really, that was like my first experience into that kind of genre of games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Who did you
like
room?
for a
Who?
long time, I've been playing. I've always been more of a, like I said, an RTS player. So like Stellaris, 44, Star Wars, the Empire War,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's the games
Empire
I've
at
always
War.
played.
That was such a good game. Empire at War.
It's still getting updates.
There was a 3D Dragon Combat flight simulator they called Dragon Strike. They should make that one. Ooh, I don't know. Empire War was a great game. Empire War was a fantastic game.
It's still a great game. And then they came out with the free DLC that they made, the Thrawn expansion that they just randomly threw out there, like, "Hey, go here. Here's a game that's like 12 years old. We haven't touched it at all in like 10 years. Here's a free expansion for you guys." Left field.
Well, Thrawn's a hero, isn't he? He's a hero in
Ye-
he's a hero in Empire at War, right? Like he was a baseline hero,
yes, but then they made a whole expansion revolving around him that kind of updated the game.
or maybe he was a Forces of Corruption hero. I can't remember.
Forces of Corruption. There you go. That's the yeah. Game was out 2006. It's gonna turn freaking 20 years next year,
Still
and it
holds up.
still has such a massive
Still
player
holds
base
up.
and everything.
Still holds up. I've been
It
wanting
does.
to stream Empire at War. It's just I am playing so many turn-based Total War style games. I need to like stop. Especially if I want to
I
like
mean, this one's a little different. I feel like slightly, but I see what you mean.
let me say this. I love Total War Warhammer. I love Baldur's Gate. I like Monster Hunter. Um
There's just so many good things to play.
it,
Uh,
yeah, and there's only so much I can stream.
it's only so much time
So
because you still have to like paint your minis and do your activities with that. You know what I mean? There's so little time to do everything.
yeah, tomorrow is a battle report too.
Oof.
I'm going up against Dukari. I'm going up against the Reaper's Gambit army list.
You should be fine then. Probably.
It's Dukari.
Probably.
It's Dukari.
I feel like it's in your favor.
Well, so the Reaper's Gambit or Reaper's Wage, I think it's called, is a mix of Drukari and Harlequins.
Okay, never mind then. The moment you said Harlequins, that changes things. You might be a little boned.
Yeah, considering that he has a solitaire in the army.
Oh. Well, uh, my lord, that's not gonna be a fun time at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's got two archons, and they have the shadow field. He's got a bunch of good morning, Hairstone. He's got a bunch of racks. He's got mandrakes, which I'm not gonna have fun with. Um, my only hope is that um,
I mean, do you have anything to counter the solitary with? Really?
I got massed artillery and gunfire.
I guess just pointing everything at it specifically and being like, it just fudge that person in particular.
Yeah. Now prepare for hit and run tactics. Well, that's why I've got an artillery cannon, so that way he can't do hit and run, or if he does do hit and run, I can still hit him. He can run, I'll just have my IDF focus on him. Oh man. Whew. All right.
See, if I did get my own plastic crack army, very basic, but I get some blood angels because that's my favorite one. I love them.
Commissar liar, the enemy positions you to have an advantage. Enemies position you to have an advantage. Uh, Red Dye Gem. I don't know the Constitution by heart, but I try and refresh as much as I can. Uh, it's something that like I'll read occasionally, especially if I'm doing my civics classes stuff for my college degree. Um, uh, but while it's not a lengthy document, it is very pointed in its wording, and I don't pretend myself to be a constitutional scholar. Oh, more tea.
Welcome, person. It's Steven.
Oh, let's. I understand that you're a bit of a patriot there, Red 40, but that's not. Let's not. Uh, let's not. Um, how do I say this? Let's not conflate uh, a religious aspect, right, um, with a government.
Would say that.
Uh, so, oh, hello, Hairstone. Welcome back. Um,
No.
but yeah, let's not red uh, red dye gem. Let's not what's it called, um, devolve into a political, because this is not that kind of stream for that. Which version of the Pledge of Allegiance? The 1950s one? because the 1950s one is the most correct. Or sorry, the pre 1950s or post 1950s. Um, anyway, yeah, it's. I'm curious why you're asking me this. I feel like you're trying to test a resolve that is not up for debate. Okay. Um, I'm gonna ask you just to. Yes, I've sang before, but I don't feel the need to belt out the Star Spangled, the national anthem of the United States. You know, willy nilly. Again, yeah, I have joined a choir. I was in a barbershop quartet, and I was in my high school choir. The barbershop quartet was uh, just like a fun thing to do in college.
Mm.
So, what are you doing, Hairstone? Are you making more
About to
sons of?
wake up.
Well, about to wake up, but are you making more sons of Sanguinius?
Yes, I guess I will, but I sell some figures and got a bunch of money for that.
Well, I
A
thought.
fellow Sanguinius said,
So
"Let's
think
go."
about. Hmm?
Well, I thought you
Let's.
had like a bunch of uh I thought you had a bunch of Sanguinius models that you needed to like a bunch of Blood Angels models.
I have a bunch of Blood Angels models. I have my old, but like how to say it. Now I try to make a addition to my old army just with a Primaris miniatures.
Okay.
So I dumb as I am, I buy the new Sanguinary Guard.
You're not
That's dumb.
dumb. You're not dumb. That's
Yeah, and then I mean I'm not done. The dumb decision is you know they
no.
look exactly like the other, just with wings. So I paint them white, black, and that's ancient sanguine.
um
They look. Uh,
I liked them. I really did. Uh I really liked the
I never
painting.
liked the new Sanguinary models, if I'm gonna be honest.
No, 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 no. Oh, he showed me some models. Hold on, I gotta post them in the chat.
yes,
Yes.
Oma, that's good.
Copy image. Let's see. Oh yeah, he already did it. Yeah, yeah, he posted it in the chat, and the first one he did was really good. I love the black and red bisecting armor. Um,
Ooh,
it
that is nice.
it almost looks like flesh terrors, but I know flesh terrors have a different armor pattern.
Flash has just as a black shoulder pads and helmet. And Angels and Sanguinius are half red and half black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like you should be proud of that work. It's
Takes a
super.
lot.
It's super hard.
Oh, thanks.
It's super hard to do first it's super hard to do two-tone armor and make it look clean. And then second of all, it's even more difficult to do two-tone armor with the highlighting that you did with the on the red. Like, and your red looks pretty flat, like flat as in it doesn't look like it has any brush strokes on it, which is pretty goddamn impressive, man. Like, that's
Uh, That's well, how is that? Three parts of color as corn red. Then you use nun oil. Then you bright up with so, evil sun scarlet. Then I use a mix of this, like how can I say it? It's a color for wood, protection color for wood. You know.
yeah. Uh, okay. Uh,
Then
hold on a second.
mhm.
Red dye, Jim. I've already told you. Stop trolling my the people in Discord. Uh, I'm giving I'm giving Hairstone some uh, decent praise for his color scheme because, like I said, my color like everyone's at different stages in painting, and you should know better. So, um, I, look, man. I look at your profile, and you've been following since February, and it seems like every time you come on to the chat, at some point you spiral into talking about either something totally out of pocket and try and take over the stream. And I've warned you before. So, uh, my patience is now at its limit. And while space and time are curved, and while space and time are infinite, it curves back to the beginning, and so have I. So, um, uh, see you later. Thanks for the 1 month of sub, but it's not worth it. It's not worth dealing with the harassment of my followers. So appreciate you. Thanks for all the fish. Goodbye. Eat a ban.
He's been banned. Dance over his grave. Let's go.
I I honestly don't understand why people feel that they need to troll.
Because they have nothing better to do, probably. Oh, speaking of what I've been doing, actually,
Mm-hmm.
something new I've been doing is my friends have dragged me into Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, okay.
It's my first time playing a Final Fantasy game.
Hairstone, you don't do video games, do you? Everyone liked that.
Everyone like that. Yes,
Everyone
join me out.
please.
Join me in dancing on his grave.
uh,
I just play on Switch or maybe on PlayStation on PC. No,
oh, okay.
sorry.
What was your? No,
Yeah.
no, no. Don't apologize. I was just curious if you did play anything.
Nah. I guess we are from the 90s, so of course we play.
Yeah.
He's got that arcade cabinet.
say I like more older games, Sega Mega Drives. That shit.
I am not familiar with the Omega drives. Can you explain? Can you explain the premise of it?
What premise you want to know? It's just fun, huh? This is like just an old Nintendo, but I think it's better. It's like the encounter between PlayStation or Xbox. That was
Uh,
in the 90s or early 2000. Was it Nintendo against Sega? And I liked Sega more.
okay. All right. Decision time, everybody, because I'm kind of debating on what I want to do. So, again, I'm using the Ordnance Field Gun as the template for it. And we have the Siege Gun. So, as you can see, here, I'm going to turn off my sunlight for a second so you guys can actually see the kind of the true scale of it.
It's big.
It is big. So,
Oh, she likes. Sorry.
You know what to say. We love our cannons.
Mhm.
give give that bitch a cannon. Bitches love cannons. Um,
Yeah.
that is an old meme, by the way. Uh, so I used obviously gunmetal, bulk gunmetal for this, and I'm using silver for this one. I probably should have used silver for this one and then bulk gunmetal, but it's all right. Um, so maybe it'll just be like a newer cannon that came off the assembly line. I think that'll be the lore for it.
It hasn't weathered damage yet.
Yeah.
Emphasis
So
on yet.
so this is kind of the heads up that I'm at right now. The idea that I have is I can continue to paint this silver, but I kind of want to keep it black, like at least some of the main body black, because the main body of this cannon is black, right? As you can see, like even the breaching,
Yes.
even the breaching hatch. Um, but what I think I want to do is do what I did with the cannon. If I can flip it over a little bit, you'll hopefully see it a little bit. Scheisse. Maybe if I do it this way. Oh, ooh, no. Did it? Oh, there we go. Yes. All right, good. So there's a little bit of gold where the sprocket is. Hold on. So there's a little bit of gold where the sprocket is, right? To rotate the cannon. If you can kind of see it. So I want to do that for this, right? Have the teeth of this sprocket gold, which I think I'm going to do. But this is where I will turn on the sun lamp so you can see some of the detail. But so if I'm keeping the sprocket gold, it's going to need to feed up into the struts. So I think the struts are going to be gold, because the cannon sprocket here is just on the bottom, right? There's no feeding into the struts, and the struts in the actual artillery piece, those are silver. So these can be silver, right? Because they're struts. And then I'm thinking gold for the sprockets and the bracket down here.
Use press.
And then, but I don't know if I want to do silver bracketing or silver casting for where the struts are, or if I just want to do gold all around.
I
That's
think
what.
gold everywhere. Gold is too much. maybe you can use a silver and make a little line or paint a little lines with scrap brown to looks like it's a little bit rusty.
Yeah.
Hmm?
No. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just trying to think of like where how to best attack it. I think I'll do the pressure tanks or the gas because technically, okay, so in any sort of rifle, right? Because an artillery is just one large, giant rifle. There is a gas capture mechanism. So it looks like the gas capture mechanism is down here where the sprockets are for the hydraulics, and then um, these two right here. So as the shell is being propelled outside of the turret, or sorry, outside of the barrel, there's like a little tube that captures the escaping gas, and what it would do is it would eject right that shell um, uh, from the breech. Right, most cannons have an auto eject sequence nowadays. Back before, I want to say it was like World War II. Um, Before World War II, because I think the Sherman and the Tiger and the oh God, what was the British tank? The Churchill. I think those had self-ejecting breech-loaded tank cannons. Um, I want to say they did. Uh, but the but before then, you had to pull the shell out as you opened up the breech. Um, so I don't know. I'm just spitballing here at this point. Did you? Oh. By the way, Hairstone, did you collect the Emperor's Children army? Like, have you started that? Oh, he muted himself. What army would you collect, Isa?
I said it before. I would collect the Blood Angels.
Blood Angels. Okay, all right. I couldn't remember if
I
you
mean,
were
I made a melee focused Blood Angel army list before.
like would you do like Death Company or would you do just melee focused Blood Angels?
Just melee focused. Let me see if I can get the list again. I can send the thing for you to look at. Where the heck is it?
Okay.
Headstone, did you manage to collect the Emperor's Children that you were looking at?
I had the opportunity, yes, but mm, one part says that it looks really nice, but the other part says the box so it's just for the book, nah, and mainly, but I'm little
If you didn't get
how can I say?
if you didn't get it, then that's totally understandable.
No, that's okay. No, I just want to say my opinion. Uh, I really like the mm,
The units or the new
not
characters.
not all units. And then the new characters on the box is awful, really awful. I don't like them. I like the Noise Marines a lot, but the normal line troops. nothing special, I guess.
Uh,
They look like ordinary Chaos Space Marine. That's what I.
There you go. I sent it to your DMs. Up there.
Hmm?
let's see. Commander Dante, the Sanguinor, Captain with Jump Pack, Relic Shield, Chaplain, Death Company Captain, Death Company Captain, Death Company Captain, Blade Guard, Death Company Marines, Death Company Marines, Death Company Marines. God damn. Sanguinary Guard, uh, Death Company Dreadnought, and then a Land Raider. Holy hell. That is in your face. I don't know if
So
you.
the whole point was to take advantage of God, what's the name of the ability? It was to take advantage of Deep Strike and oh my God, what's the name of the ability? What can I remember off the top of my head?
I don't know if that list is legal anymore.
It probably isn't. That was from last. Actually, no, that was from January.
That was from January? Good lord,
That was from January.
that is a frightening list. Send it to Herr Stone. He'll get a kick out of it.
Get a kick out of it? Yes. Uh,
Send it to me in private.
I will. I will right now. It was taking advantage of the reroll on any hit and wound with all the units they had, and I was just gonna take advantage of basically deep striking that and
Oh
just
my
basically front face smack anything that came to my face.
god. Unga bunga, move forward. Unga
Bunga
bunga, hit.
bunga. I also had 12 inches of movement on all the units, so nothing was going to be out of my range almost basically. I could I could melee you in turn one. Was the plan essentially?
That's if you made your
It,
assault rolls. Like,
yes, that's if I may say that. But again, that the whole plan was just unga bunga stick. I would make Corn proud.
yeah,
Funnily enough.
that is a very disgusting list. I don't see any battle line though in
No,
your.
it was just.
Yeah, I don't see any
Oh wait,
battle.
nope. I gotta add a. I gotta add a friend. There you go.
Yeah, I don't see any battle line. All I see is, yeah, it says other data sheets. So you would lose on objectives.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that
Um,
wasn't the point.
oh no, no, obviously it wasn't the point.
It was just me having unga bunga fun.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there is the theory of if I unga
If there are
bunga.
no enemies left,
Yeah, if there are no enemies left, then you can't win based off of objectives.
right? Once he accepts my friend request, I'll send the list. I had a secondary version of this as well that my friend also helped me make. Let me see if I. It had just one slight difference. Where the heck?
That is a very scary list.
I've been told by my friend who's in the game, who who has his own armies and stuff. He also was very frightened by it. Here's version 2.
Version 2.
The only difference is the bottom.
Oh, Impulsor.
No, well, two differences. Scroll up a tiny bit.
Impulsor and the Death Dreadnought. Sheesh.
Yes, that was version 2.
Good lord.
Guess
But I
you
found
don't
that
want
the
to play
first one was
with
a
you.
lot
You
better.
want fuck you up.
Version 1? Yeah.
Version 1 with the Land Raider was a lot better because the Land Raider was surprisingly very pivotal in the get in their face plan. Oh, there we go. Let me send them. There you go. There's the list.
It's definitely it's definitely an unga bunga beat stick list.
Yes, it is my dream. That is my playstyle in a lot of video games. Unga Bunga stick.
it's also very expensive. Like
I know. That's why I don't have it.
sanguinary
You lost Shangino and Commandant. You lost.
sanguinary guard is expensive. I think for a
That
box
is why I
of
don't have a plastic crack army yet.
for for
Once in the future.
for a box of 5, I think it's like $40. I think it's like $70, if I
Yeah, and it's
remember
like
correctly.
as
Then
you can
you
see, this
want
is
SR3 with $40, ne? Or $50. I mostly paid my miniatures on discount, so I'm so sorry. I just wake up.
No, it's all right. You don't need to apologize. Yeah, Commander Dante's $45. Uh, Blade
What?
Guard, or I think. Hold on, if I can find the Blade Guard on the Warhammer store. Oh, damn it! I'm tired too. Oh, they took Blade Guard away from the Blood Angels. It's not in their roster. Hang on.
That's a sign. It comes a remake of them.
I remember
Oh
correctly.
no,
They
Blade
did
Guard.
recently make a
Sorry,
remake.
sorry. Blade Guard Veterans is a box of 3 for 60.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, box 3 is $60 indeed.
I thought they came in 5s.
Nope, it's box. I'm gonna go cry.
The Sanguinor is $45. The Death Company Jump Marines probably would qualify as veteran vanguards. Just had to paint them black. I'm just trying to see where the rest of the.
But yeah, there's the Unga Bunga stick army.
Yeah, that's frightening. Funny but frightening.
Kevin, don't play against her. She just want to kill. It is a. Excuse me.
Yeah.
This is confusing. Sorry.
No, it's
Well, you're
okay.
fine.
It's all right. You're doing fine. You know, I always say this when it comes to like people in the chat and Discord, you know, particularly when it comes to like pronouns and stuff, is like as long as you try, right? As long as you're making the attempt, that's all that matters, right? And as long as you're not doing it out of malice, you know.
No,
Yeah, Dante.
don't. I live together with a trans woman, so I'm not hostile. Of course not.
No, no, no,
It's
no,
just a friend. Just a friend.
no. Ein wunderschönen guten Freitag. Freitag.
This is Nein. Es ist a Thursday. Donnerstag.
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 Well, it's in the Twitch chat. Hold on. Eine wunderschönen guten Freitag. I'm assuming. Ah, thank you, Algie. Algie coming in with the correction. Isn't
I
it?
think you're German or what? Because of Hecht.
I'm trying to learn. It's just slow going for me.
It's too hard. Let me say, you have in English language, you have just the word the car, the bus, the moon. We have another pronoun for that. It's das Auto, der Mond, die Frau.
Yeah.
Instead of that word, you have just the.
Well, I'm familiar with the gendered language of the Germans.
No, it's not gender. It's Personalpronomen. Another thing.
Yeah.
It's okay. Sorry, I won't confuse you.
Well, no, cause das de die, uh, das is the gender neutral, de is
Yes.
the masculine, and then die is the feminine,
Nee,
right?
der,
De,
nicht de, der.
yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm so sorry. I have a Wolfenstein vibes.
Oh no, it's
Why do you butcher my wonderful language? You know?
honestly, it's the it's the like I said, my wife is learning German, and I'm like privately learning German myself. I'm not going like to school for it. Um, Mainly because I struggle in a class setting when it comes to language. And so it's it's like I'm trying so hard. And of course, I don't have anyone to speak it with besides you, Hairstone. So,
It's okay. Let me say you speak most better than you speak better than the most Germans. Okay. Gott.
Ich should gone, mein Herr. I've got a bit of a chesty cough.
Mein Herr. I am your owner. That's interesting. Don't say mein Herr. Don't say a Freund of its friend. And weißt du, mein Herr is like
So I learned some of it working with the German Bundeswehr, particularly the Air Force side of the house, the German Air Force, and it was with I was working with a field Weber, you know, um,
yes.
like the oh God, what's his name? It was the Oberst, not Oberst. Oberst is Colonel.
Als Sturmbannführer, Untersturmbannführer,
Um,
Obergeneral, General.
so,
Oh, okay.
no. So it was the oh God, Field Weber.
Try to say try to say the English word, so maybe I can make a
He
conclusion of it.
he was the basically the chief master sergeant. I still have his rank.
Oberstgeneral, Generaloberst. Das war das Höchste.
No. It wasn't a colonel.
Okay.
It was. I mean, he worked with a colonel. He worked with an oberst. Um. God, what's
Oberstgefreiter.
God, what was his?
It's okay. Just say your tale. Don't hang on
Chief Master
the
Sergeant.
topic.
No, because now it's gonna bother me. It's German.
Oberstgefreiter. Obersturmbannführer. Sturmbannführer. Oh Mann.
No,
Der
because
arme
he
Junge.
he was enlisted.
Mhm.
Let's see.
He was in the Luftwaffe.
Yeah. Uh,
Stabsfeldwebel. Leutnant.
yeah. So it
Oberstleutnant.
was Oberstab Feldwebel.
Hauptmann.
Yeah, yeah,
Oberstabshauptmann. Feldwebel sagt man jetzt ein bisschen Nazi. Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
I just say it's okay. Okay.
So so he was a so I worked with a chief master sergeant. So the Oberst Stabfeldwebel. Um, and his deputy, uh, Stabfeldwebel, which was a senior master sergeant equivalent, right? And we worked in Qatar, and me and him, you know, uh, would work. Uh, uh, it was doing like joint security operations. So like his folks would come in, and we would do troop movements and all that stuff, and we would do uh, what's it called? Um, we would do bounding, Overwatch, and all that stuff, and we would do joint like individual troop tactics and all that stuff. So it was fun. It was really interesting working with the German like regiment, the Air Force, the German Air Force regiment folks. I think they were military police. I think they were Polizei. Um, I just I couldn't remember exactly what their role was because like similar to security forces, the British had uh, the RAF Regiment, um, but they also had the Air Force MPs. So like whenever we did field exercises, we would work with the RAF Regiment. Whenever we did law enforcement exercises, we worked with the British MPs. And I think the German Air Police were similar in that where there was a German security side and then a German military police side. Uh, don't quote me on that because, like I said, it was like this was back in like 2016, 17. So it's been almost 10 years. So my memory is a little hazy. But it was he was a good guy, and his colonel was pretty good too. Um, really interesting to talk to them. Um, and I was a staff sergeant, so I was an Unteroffizier or Stab Unteroffizier, depending on the role I guess I was. Uh, but yeah,
Offizier, yes.
he was really fun. I mean, the Germans were really fun to work with. Um, so yeah.
I say mein Herr to you.
So I would say I would so during the training, right, when I would address the colonel, um, I didn't have to. I didn't have to salute him per se because Americans only you're only supposed to salute American officers and whatnot. Um, but it was considered polite to salute other officers from other services. Um, uh, you're not mandated to by dress and appearance and customs and courtesies for the Air Force, and I'm pretty sure it's the same across all the sister services. But I decided to be polite because we were doing joint training, so I decided to be polite and render customs and courtesies. And every morning when we would form up in formation, I would go over and speak to the chief master or sorry, I think it was a senior master sergeant that rank. I don't think he had three chevrons. Um, the Stabfeldwebel, and he would be accompanied by the colonel always. There was never a day where it was like the captain or the Hauptmann. Um, uh, so I would salute the Oberst, and I would be like, Guten Morgen, mein Herr Oberst, and he would return the salute and all that stuff. And it was
Oberst is okay.
um, and it was just one of those things that like I tried to I because we were doing joint security stuff and all that stuff. I was trying to be very polite. I didn't want to seem rude, so I decided to do.
It's
Say again.
it's it's it's, It's very polite. I think we Germans love manners, and you have good manners, really.
So, so it just kind of stuck with me. Um, and it kind of helped out with when I did training with the Japanese, because the Japanese, the JSDF, they had a very similar like formality structure. Um, I did not learn their ranks as well as I should have, but um, if they had starbursts on their collars, they were considered officers. If they had lines or starbursts on their collars, they were officers, and not lines as in like chevrons, but lines as in vertical bars, similar to the British, but a little different. Um,
How do y'all pay for this stuff? God,
what?
I
Oh,
spent
Right.
this past whole time seeing how much the army theoretically would cost me.
oh.
I'm just at a casual $850.
So it's that's the thing about 40K that
And that's without paint.
yeah, I know, or the rule books or the dice.
One of the dice.
Um,
I'm just gonna go cry in the corner.
so that's kind of my biggest gripe with Games Workshop. Um, is it used to be the hobby used to be very accessible to new players, and unfortunately, it isn't anymore.
Um,
It,
it's
it
like a
is
drug.
very
Yeah?
much.
The first time is for free.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. It used, but I'm dead serious. I'm glad I'm never have to wear a uniform again. We have compulsory military service. Oh, I'm a volunteer, right? I volunteered to be in the Air Force. Um, Now, when my time is done, I will be glad to hang up the uniform. Um, you know,
I'm in reserve.
you're in reserve.
Yes, maybe I head out the next years, huh? There are many problems in our countries,
Yeah, well,
sadly.
um,
But we don't talk about it because Hecht is a member of the US military, so we have to be quiet.
it's the what's the appropriate way I always say this. I have to be uh, apolitical. I must be apolitical because I should not be seen as supporting a one side or the other.
Okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
because I've taken an oath to the Constitution of the United States, and therefore not a sworn oath to a political party or to a person. And because the military takes that very, very, very seriously, um, uh, it's like me honestly just expressing a, a, a semi political idea. If at any point someone takes that as I am speaking on behalf of the United States Air Force when I'm not, uh, it just adds to a headache. Uh, by the way, I paint Warhammer. I'm not really into that whole army thing, but I think D&D players deserve to fight Norn Queen Emissary in a heresy tank if they want to. Yeah, I don't mind using Warhammer product in a D&D campaign as long as it fits, right? So like I'll use Empire great swordsmen as bad guys or as like the town militia. I'll use orcs, black orcs as bad guys. I'll use chaos
You
war.
Slanesh demons, yes, as
If it works,
enemies.
it works.
I
Yeah,
mean,
like the mask.
I don't
Wonderful.
I don't have any Slaneshi demons.
Okay.
I don't have any Slaanesh. Actually, the only demons I have, I think, in my inventory are Poxwalker, or not Poxwalkers, Plague Bearers. And
Black Bearers.
that's because I was gonna build a Nurgle army and then I didn't. Um,
Mm, loser. No, no, just kidding, just kidding.
it's okay. It's all right.
It's okay. I know what what is fit. I have all so many plans, and then I cancel it. Maybe it's personal problems.
No, no, no. I have a so I have a Chaos army that I do want to build, and it's gonna
hmm
be the Chaos army that I'm planning on building once I finish the revamp of the Guardsmen is it's going to be called the Cult of the Ragged Scar. And I've
hmm
already developed like a lore behind it. So when the Great Rift opened, they were a agri world that um, fell into the warp rift, right? And immediately they were assailed by demons, and they tried to hold out, but once you're in the warp, that's game over. Um, so the survivors basically sent out Vox signals in all directions, and members of the Word Bearer Legion came and they said, "We will, uh, we will uh, banish these demons for you, but you have to worship basically the primordial truth, the true gods of the universe, right?" And of course, the people capitulated, and they began to worship chaos, because obviously they thought that the Imperium was no more, um, and that the Emperor had truly abandoned them. Uh, Basically, leaving farmers and a small PDF force to fight, demons and stuff, and mutants and all that stuff. So they surrendered to the word bearers, and they became cultists. So now
You use really the new cultists for that
I have a
plan?
bunch of old cultists.
Oh,
In Switzerland, you are required to get checked out for if you're fit for service. If you go into training, you have 3 weeks of repetition a year, and then you have to do 250 days. Uh, After that, you go into reserve, which is just called for natural, because by 32 you're done and you turn in all your gear. Oh, okay, all right. Ah, so we.
really, really want a funny Nurgle miniatures. Search online for a Masquerade of Chaos. Wartime Masquerade of Chaos Nurgle models. They're funny. Buy them. They look like clowns on something. It's total funny.
So I'm gonna use. I have a bunch of Dark Vengeance cultists
hmm
that I'm gonna build and paint. Now, obviously, they don't have the heavy stubbers and the heavy flamers anymore. They're just bolt gun. They're just auto pistols and combat knives. But I can use at least the long guns for Trader Guard, um, and do it that way.
Beta Guard.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
Oh,
Trader Guardsman. Yeah,
I love the new Trader Commissioner.
yeah, the Trader Commissar is pretty good. I wish they had Trader Ogren instead of just the one.
Yes, there is a okay. So one is I don't like it because of the ring around his body from the traitor Ogren, but it's not bad. And the claw, why do you need a claw? But it's okay. It's just an optic.
It's the what's it called? It's the corruption of the warp, basically.
Yes.
Chaos is all about body horror, man. Like that's the one thing about Chaos is that they're really good at the body horror stuff. Um,
It is yeah not all body horror. I think Slanesh isn't a great body horror. But yeah, okay, good. In comments, Chaos is body horror. Yes, you're right. Like the Blessed cultists, they rip apart and the demon comes out his arm and something. That's okay. That's nasty. It's nasty is the right word.
no, yeah, nasty is the right word. Let's talk about our hobby. Oh yeah, please, please. I always love meeting people from other aspects of the hobby and other countries. I like seeing their. I like understanding where they come from and the differences in culture and whatnot. So you'll excuse me if I uh, um, might sound ignorant at points. It's not out of malice. It's just because I don't know.
Because he's ignorant. It's okay. No, no, no. It's all good. He's just tired. It's late for him.
California, we're pushing almost midnight, and I have yet to get
Mhm.
all. I have yet to get all this gold done. Oh my God! I thought I'd at least have the cannon done.
Isabella could show us her Blood Angels too. Hmm?
Oh, she hasn't collected yet.
Ah, she will.
No.
She will. Oh, my sister.
I
I
have
hate
the list
you.
because I played the tabletop RPG. So like on the video game tabletop RPG. They
Can you
uh
talk a little bit louder? It's really quiet.
I'm sorry, my mic's absolutely trash.
She played on Tabletop Simulator.
Thank
Um,
you. That's me. Yeah,
Ah,
I'm stupid right now. I'm
I
tired.
thought
It's
she eat her
1:42 a.m.
micro. Okay. No, it's okay. I appreciate it if you decided for the Blood Angels. It's my favorite Space Marines army too. It's good.
Yes, a fellow Sanguinius simp. Let's go.
I honestly think that people who enjoy Sanguinius is they're not it's not like I genuinely think that they have a love for the story and not just the fact that Sanguinius is just an angel.
No, I love his
It's
story more
really
than
about the
anything else.
story, but my army is the
Actually, to be honest,
Bloodthirst.
what made me fall in love with the Blood Angels was not Sanguinius, it was Dante.
Oh God,
Ah,
that Dante's such a poor bastard. Like out
yeah.
of out of all of the characters, like I've never felt so sorry for a space marine until I met Dante. Like the man just wants to die.
Well, he doesn't want to die anymore, or at least not as openly anymore. I should say.
Yes, I built my army. It's a Bloodthirst. They just yes, they all fought Red first, and it's a good reason to play against Imperium characters and other ones, just to gather some blood.
Hello, Russ.
Hi
You know?
Russ, how's it going? I don't know a single bit of the Warhammer story. Are you new, Grizzly? But I really like the models. Like, are you? You said you collect, but it's for D&D. But are you new to the story, Grizzly? And do you collect 40K or do you? I just finished my work week. Finished for Easter and I have 10 days off. Oh my God, Russ.
That sounds
Yes, that
amazing,
sounds
beautiful.
amazing. Well, I'm filming a battle report tomorrow. However, next week is my off week. So you and I need to get some games in, good sir. You and I need to game a little bit. And you can pick the poison, by the way. So I'm up for some stuff. Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel bad because like I haven't played with you or Frere in a hot minute. And like you and Frere were definitely like my homies when I was on your side of the world in Japan.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna call it a night here. It's almost 2 a.m. for me. I'm tired.
Okay, sleep well, Isabella.
Thank you. It's been fun. I keep trying to join more streams in the future. I'm sorry. I'm so bad about it.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Look, hey,
Sorry, it's okay. It's late.
you're busy. I'm busy. This is the only time I'm going to be streaming this week because I'll be working the weekend. And then, work has been really just punching my face in. Uh, you know.
Thank you, Russ. Night night. You too, Algie. Bye.
Bye. If you had read that clean, it would have been a great. I don't know a single bit
Ja,
of
so.
story.
Die Fresse.
Weg mit dem Gesabbel. Ich habe schon gedacht, ich muss den Nachbarn anmeckern.
Ich mach dir Kaffee, ja?
All right. Well, I don't know about the Warhammer story. I don't. Okay. Just get in the paint. I can make a 5e stat block and throw it in my players' faces. Oh, well, I can talk about the lore. I can totally talk about the lore. Yeah, I could totally talk about it if you're interested. If not, then that's fine. As a DM, I, you know, if it's Warhammer Fantasy, I don't know much about Warhammer Fantasy as much as I do know about 40K, and I know a little bit less about Age of Sigmar. But yeah, painting them is perfectly fine. And I would love to see your paints. No, please don't. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I would love to see your painted miniatures. We do have a Discord if you want to join that. Let me get the link real quick. I'm not really into that grimdark. 40K is not necessarily. I mean, it's grimdark, but it's not. It can be kind of campy at times. So it's not. Yeah, it's grimdark, but it's not. It can be campy. Warhammer Fantasy is not as grimdark as Warhammer 40K. Warhammer Fantasy still has that high fantasy feeling. Okay. Oh, I need to get my tea. Oh, that's probably rocket fuel by now. 2 seconds, folks. where was it? I have a friend that was a walking Warhammer library. I stopped to show him my minis because he would lord them. He ruined my D&D story behind that character. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I never want to force Warhammer on anybody, but I do enjoy that you've come and painted it. And I actually am a D&D player. I'm a forever DM for quite a while actually. Oh my, this is bitter. Oh man, this is 100% rocket fuel what I'm drinking right now. Whew. Oh, good lord. My god. That was potent. I do enjoy Grimdark Mood of 40k, but the lore is too big. That's why I prefer the Mutant Chronicles. It's just solar system size. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Speaking about that, now that we got this, let's go and back soon, Luke. Okay, thank you, Russ. Anyway, where do I put my minis? Well, so if you look in the channel, there's minis in progress, and then there's the art gallery. Oh yeah, put that in the art gallery. Please do. Yeah, I've been playing D&D since 2000, or sorry, I've been playing D&D since 96. 1996 is when I started playing D&D during 3rd edition. Sign of defense is the unbreakable line. The path. Third edition was a huge upgrade. Yeah. Trust. Three will always be a huge, the biggest upgrade. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love those. Okay, but I just started painting about uh 3/4. Ah, those are really good though. I like that. That's impressive. Those are really good maps, man. Solid work. Impressive. Super impressive. Screams. No, that's really impressive. I love your Necron, and I love the Stormcast Eternal that you made. And then that Space Marine with the fire is totally reminds me of like 90s Space Marine armor and like their patterns.
Yeah, I thought, why don't I make a Hot Rod Space Boy one of my older Hot Wheels as reference? No, it definitely harkens back. Deleted work and hope to see you soon and have a great Easter. Okay, well, thank you very much, Grizzly. Thank you very much for joining the channel. I do appreciate you. Uh, guten guten Abend, and have a good day. It's cool. We'll say goodbye in German. I do know tschüss, but I prefer to be a little bit more appropriate, or more formal, I should say. I love saying service because we use it in Hungary too. It's uh, it's an ancient Roman greeting. Servus? I thought servus was like servant. Because servus in German is goodbye. It sounds like. Yeah, basically at your service. Yeah, 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 yeah. What the hell's Latin? Yeah, Stars and flame. Imperium, Zerim. Justice, see now, turn their screams. Power and the strengths of the flame. And God Emperor's name. time I will take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Northward Sea. In one warm line, a land so wild and savage, made the Northward Passage to the sea. Westward from the Beaver Street is there said, in the sea road to the Orient, which so many died. Old and gory, things with broken bones, the laws forgotten, lonely feared of stone. For just one time, would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea. Sing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. Centuries thereafter, take passage overland, the footsteps of the council, the sea of fares began. These rise before me, then find me sink again. It's not just an explorer, thing march across the plain. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea. Sing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. And through the behind wheel, my days waiting west, I think about my Enzy, Davis Johnson, and the rest. Crushed out 10 parts, did show the path for me, who raised ring features to the sea. For just one time, would take the Northwest Passage, you find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea. Sing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. Oh, they're so different from the first time into this way. Them my first life, I threw it all away. You see the Northwest Passage, I've called of many men to find their roads back home again. For just one time, I would break the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. Oh yeah. Sorry. All right. I want to see you defeat all the Dark Eldar. Well, I'm going up against my buddy, and so far my win ratio with him is not great. And it's been close games too. It hasn't been on the it's been close games too. It hasn't been like total blowouts either way. Which I like closer games than not. Defense the amicable line. for the god. This is one. For the god. You could do it. Lay a few traps. It's it's not the trap laying. It's the fact that, and I talked about this in my last battle report. At the end of the third turn, I am totally gassed. I don't have anything left to give. Um, that can really like hammer home, enemy targets and all that stuff. So that's ha 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 ha. That's my biggest issue. All right, how do you think? Emperor's will, Imperium's dream. It's just screams. How does this work? Take it, flame, and brew. Same. It's a one man. Just to our feet. Just a strange down below. Miriam's gleam. Oh, out there screams. Looks better than I expected. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. Lands that we made. The Emperor's just to sing out for their screams. There's a river and streets of flame, all in God Emperor's name. Horn, who is born? Heretic, lends them in flame, all in the Emperor's name. Yeah, there's this new song by Colm McGuinness, and it's like a. I'm not a big fan of the gold colors, but this looks amazingly refreshing. Oh well, thank you. Yeah, it's it's definitely something that I try and do at least. Because so here's the thing, right? Is that um, these guardsmen are supposed to be from Terra, so the equipment that they have is supposed to be like um, better, not necessarily better built, but better supplied, I should say, better sourced. So gold fixings and fashions and all that stuff. I will play against you. I need more human blood sacks. Yeah, I would love to play against any member of the community. If I come to America, then I would like. Yeah, no, absolutely. I would love to play against whether I go to Germany or whether you come here. I'd love to play against people. trust. For old and trust. Yes, came from. It's warm. Storm. Katie, I'm God, he's flame. For the God we are found as one. Settled high, battle is one. Everyone shall we kneel for the Emperor's will is Imperium Zerim, a mess of justice ring from the screams. His will and chasers and fame, all in the Emperor's name. Let's just see. Marcus Abbey, thank you very much for joining. You do a good job, Kev. Oh, thank you. I try. I really do. I'm not a very decent painter. Like there are other painters that are far more superior than me, but I do try and like keep faith when it comes to the ideas that I've got in my head. The Emperor's will, the Imperial cream, as I roast the sweet out from their streams. Straight swords of the name, all in God Emperor's name. Sarah for glory forever sworn, as an east as enemies warned. Free heretic, frails them in flame, all in God Emperor's name. Welcome, Marcus. Hopefully you have a lovely time here. So glad you were able to join us. Hi. I thought about making a Tempestus army, but they really have no vehicles. Okay, they don't normally need any. They do actually have vehicles. They have Torux Primes and they have Valkyrie gunships. Um,
The problem with gunships, right, is they're very expensive. So, um, I don't know how, like, not expensive as in like well, I mean they're expensive monetarily, but they're expensive points wise, and I don't know how effective they are on the field. But effectively, you're getting a flying Lehman Russ. Because the Valkyrie has two heavy bolters, a lost cannon, and then the Hellfire missiles or the rocket pods. The stone enduring walked alone. He named the nameless hills and dales. He drank from yet untasted wells. He sipped and looked in mirror, and saw a crown of stars appear, as gems upon a silver thread, of the shadows of his head. The world was Let me check up. Elder days before the fall of my kings in Nagathron and Gondolin, who now beyond the western seas have passed away. The world was fair in Durin's day. A king he was on carven throne, in many pillared halls of stone, golden roof and silver floor, and runes of power upon the door. A light of sun and star and moon, in shining lamps of crystal hewn, undimmed by cloud or shade of night, shone forever fair and bright. The hammer on the anvil smote, their chisel clove and graver wrote. Forge was flayed and bound was hilt, delver mined the mason built, barrow, pearl, and opal pale, metal wrought like fish's mail, buckler and corselet, axe and sword, shining sears were laid in hoard. Unweary then were Durin's folk, beneath the mountains music woke. The harper's harp, the minstrels sang, at the gates the trumpets rang. The world was ray, the mountains gold, forges fire is ashen cold. Is rung no hammer fall, the darkness rails Durin's hole. The shadow lies upon
upon his tomb. In Moria, in Khazad-dûm, the sunken stars appear in dark and windless Mirror. Their lies is drowned in water deep. Door wakes again from sleep. This one time I would take the Northwest Passage. I'm the hand of Franklin, king o'er the Beaufort Sea. King one warm line, the land so wide and savage, and rake the Northwest Passage to the sea. On the other street, died. Forgotten only cairn of stone. For just one time, break the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin for the Beaufort Sea. Facing one warm line, a land so wide and savage, and rake the Northwest Passage to the sea. Few centuries thereafter, take passage overland, footsteps of the ocean so the seas if ever stand. Seas rise before me, and behind me again. Stars just advance, ignore fills the plain. This one time. For the Beaufort Sea. This passage to the sea. What do you think? Hold on. I'm almost done. Hold on. At least for the bottom part. Uh, there we go. For the simple life, I learned this one in the difference. I'm asking you to show me some forgiveness. It's all for you in my pursuit of happiness. There we go. Look at that. We're making some serious progress. Happiness. There we go. Times conversation. Me like you do. All right, got the wood and the metal done. I kind of like how it turned out. Now, what I think I'm going to do is keep the body of the carriage black. Because, I mean, I did that with the blast shield. I would have liked to have done the struts silver, but I think the body of the carriage being black is pretty okay. was shaken. My world. My path was shaken. Oh, like you do. I'm on this road. Take my hand around. I really love who I really am. Where who am I? 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 You had to be a train wreck, a mess, the best of the worst of me. All right. And give up forever to touch you. 'Cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that ever be. And I don't wanna go home right now. All I can taste is this moment. And all I can breathe is your lie. And sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss your night. And I don't want the world to see me. 'Cause I don't think that they'd understand. Everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming. Oh, the moment of truth in your life. Everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. Want the world to see me. I do. I don't know why I like the song so much. It's kind of a very raw song um to to sing to, but I think if I had to do some dime store psychology, um I think the reason why I enjoy the song so much is it came out during some of the very formative years in my childhood. Um, Particularly, actually, when did it come out? Now I'm actually thinking about it. Hold on, Iris. I want to say, yeah, 1998. So it came out roughly after my father finished his divorce and we were moved into Massachusetts. Um, and what I think, what I think it spoke to me is the phrase, "I just want you to know who I am," and I was like, and the divorce really, uh, it affected a lot of us as kids in in different ways. Um, and what I think, um, this particular song kind of resonated with me. There was another song also that was like really, I mean, anything by Three Doors Down kind of resonated with me. If I could be like that, right? Um, that one was another song that really resonated with me. Um, you know, spends his days out in the courtyard watching the people as they pass. Right? It was just really, really resonated with me. Um, you know, uh, another another. Um, what was I gonna say? There's a few other Three Doors Down songs that I can't that I'm having trouble thinking. Some of the old Nickelback resonated with me, still do. Um, Now that I'm talking about it, let me see if I can't find some. Yeah, Dropkick Murphys definitely resonated with me. So far away. Now that we're here, so far away. Coming down was more when I was in the military. Um, yeah, some of the songs on this iPod were from my childhood. Like it really did inform me. But I was from the Google Dolls. Yes, but they did it. So Breaking Benjamin and uh, Diamante did a cover for it. Zombie from the Cranberries. Yeah, it definitely did inform a lot of my kind of my musical tastes. Um, Rage Against the Machine definitely was on there because that was more when I started to become more into high school when I was more politically active. Um, that was Rage Against the Machine was definitely on my playlist a lot. Fuel was on my playlist too, actually. Fuel was another one. In my hands again, leave not bleeding in my hands, in my hands again. Rage Against the Machine was nuts. Uh, I also liked Ice T tracks and Body Count. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that was so. I was not into rap and hip hop that I used to that I am now. Like I'll listen to some rap and hip hop now, but back then I wasn't. Rage again. Hold on, let me find Rage. Oh, it's not on here. Oh, that needs to get fixed. Oh, Rise Against. Sorry, Rise Against. Not Rage Against the Machine, but Rise Against. That's another one. The toe, crashing to mind. It's like song. My heart was there. Live it all. And there's a reason why I sing. So give it all. And there's reasons that I long to breathe. Where we live, yet we dig these trenches. Our films in them. Choices, distances, our senses. Give it all. Yeah, there's a reason why I sing. So give it all. There's these reasons that belong to me. Break the year we breathe, the life we live. What's racing distances? Where's my tongue? Into song. Grooves and repetition. So please believe your eyes, a sacrifice. But what we had in our minds, I'm coming home tonight, home tonight. We give it all. There's a reason why I sing. So give it all. And there's the reasons that I long to me. Oh, I love this last lyric, especially when I'm on a run and this comes on. Oh, hold on. Today my offer of myself to this I'm losing for. Oh, hold on. I screwed that up. There's these reasons that belong to me. I offer up myself to this I'm living for. My dying wish I give it all. There's a reason. That's a reason to give it. Rise Against was too military loving for me. Oh, Rise Against was not. You're thinking Five Finger Death Punch. Rise Against. Ooh, Rise Against is super liberal. I mean, political wise. Rise Against was super anti-Bush, anti-Iraq war, anti like um conservative, neoconservative like stances. Like they were super liberal. Um, crazy, crazy how activist they were, which is why I loved them as a kid. Um, even though I knew I wanted to join the military, I loved their because basically it was their messaging of trying to appeal to the better angels of our nature, right? It was really, oh my lord. But you're thinking Five Finger Death Punch, and even Five Finger Death Punch, they had some real bangers that were like counter counter conservative. I like Bloodhound Gang. Oh, Bloodhound Gang's a good one. Bloodhound Gang is a good one. You can't. All right, you can't not enjoy Bloodhound Gang. Okay, all right. So decision time. Decision time. All right. So here are the wheels. Here's the stuff on the wheels. Now, like with the field ordnance battery, you have a silver hubcap. This one's more on spokes. So, do I do silver spokes? Oh, here. Let's do it that way so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So, do I do silver spokes and a thin layer of rubber, right? Or do I leave it all black and just say to hell with it? Make them wooden would be authentic. Mmm. Ooh. If it was a Death Corps of Krieg artillery piece, I would make it wooden. I did wood for the paneling because it's got wood grain. I can't get around that. Um, mm, what do they have for the picture? See this. Just Let me just do this painting overlay. This has it kind of metallic, almost rusted with a little bit of rubber. Mine would be silver with rubber. Uh, yeah, so that looks fine to me. It'd have to be a darker gray, which is, that that I can do. All right, well, I'm about to call it because it's almost 1:30, and I need to get some sleep for this battle report. But I think I like the way that it's looking. I like the way that it's looking. It's pretty clean. You know, there's certainly enough diversity of color for right now. Obviously, I'll make more touches, but I kind of like it. And luckily, the wheels come off, so I can modify as much as possible. But so far, I like it. Now, I am going to be doing the thud guns and the rocket launchers next. But that's going to be for another day. But yeah, okay. I think that's going to be it. I think we're going to call it quits tonight. But it was a decent. That's a decent run. And I hope everyone enjoys um, uh, this particular live stream. I will not be streaming until ooh, we'll call it Sunday night. I'm looking forward to the fight with this buff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a bit of a slog fest. I don't know if I'll be able to upload it on Thursday, but I definitely will probably be able to upload it Friday and then publish it Saturday maybe. Um, but yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this particular live stream. If you like what you see, make sure you like. Oh, if you like what you see, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join my Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. And like I said, I hope everyone enjoys their time. Um, with the battle report, I will be filming that, and I hope people enjoy the next battle report, and then uh, hopefully I can get back to Green Tower Games and start filming there too, because there's just a larger pool of 40K players there, and I can rotate through it. But yeah, hopefully I can get back over there and whatnot, and yeah. Anyway, my name is Commissar Hecht. I'll see you guys in the next episode. If you like what you see, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Join my Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Kick, I got a kick. Blue Sky, all that stuff, and enjoy um, the rest of my content. And please, if you like what you see, leave a like, leave a comment, and help me reach more people. So, all right, I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.